You're listening to the Pasco Podcast with Mike Carballa. Welcome to Season 3 of Pasco Podcast, a series about leadership and public service. We'd like to thank our sponsors, the nearly 600,000 people of Pasco County, as represented by the Board of County Commissioners. It's through their trust and empowerment of our workforce and leadership team that we're able to bring you this podcast. This podcast is designed to help public servants build leadership skills and leverage them for success by sharing the experiences of our peers.
Hi, I'm Mike Carballa, and welcome to our 53rd episode of Pasco Podcast. Today, we're celebrating some incredible individuals who play a crucial role in our community, our veterinarians. August hosts many important pet-related events, including International Cat and Dog Day. Our conversation today is a chance to recognize the hard work, dedication, and compassion these professionals bring to our fur family. From keeping our pets healthy to protecting local wildlife, veterinarians make a difference every single day. So joining me today for that discussion is Pasco County veterinarian Dr. Christine Glenn and vet tech Stevie Mirrop. Dr. Glenn, Stevie, welcome. How are you guys doing today?
Pretty good. Good.
Great. All right. Awesome. So take a few minutes. We'll start with you, Dr. Glenn. Take a few minutes to tell me a little bit about how you came to Pasco County.
So I'm born and raised in Pasco.
Okay.
So Pasco's home for me. And I graduated from University of Florida College of Vet Medicine. Yep. And I was always shelter medicine focused. And I had a shelter medicine job in the Tampa Bay area. And this position opened. And I decided I wanted to come home and be the vet for Pasco County.
That is awesome. So what area of Pasco did you grow up in?
Newport Richey.
Newport Richey.
Yep.
Okay. So over here on the west side.
Yep.
Stevie, how about you?
I grew up in Pasco County as well.
Awesome.
I'm over in Dade City.
Okay. We got east side, west side going here today. All right.
As soon as I graduated, I left to Georgia, then Kentucky, and then graduated with my master's from UF as well.
Okay.
Go Gators.
Go Gators. Well, I even wore my shirt today too.
Yes. My master's is actually in veterinary medicine with forensic science, so I kind of gravitated toward the shelter, and Pasco had a job opening.
And here you are now.
And here I am.
That's wonderful. Great to be here. Anything in particular that inspired you on your course of studies?
Yeah, I kind of jumped all around. I went to large animal first, went to small, but so far shelter has my heart. So
yeah, okay.
Kind of stuck with it.
Just like doing that. How about you? What kind of just gets you into the field? I mean, it's
shelter
definitely appalling.
medicine.
Yeah.
Yeah. In school, we had the opportunity to kind of get our feet wet in all the different areas, but shelter was just where my heart was. It was my little niche, and I loved it. And so it's just what I've always stuck with.
Oh, that's so awesome. That's so awesome. You guys obviously have a lot of compassion and care for the animals. So talk to me a little bit about challenges. I mean, I can imagine on this side of the house, there's a lot of challenges, right? This is shelter's kind of there, right? You're on the last
it's unique.
Yeah.
It's unique. Yeah, I would say, we take really good pride in, we have a lot of pride in the work that we do. And so we try, it's this kind of delicate balance of handling like a herd health type mentality with, providing gold standard care to the animals. So, it's that delicate balance of like the individual gold standard care, also with maintaining herd health. And so that, that can present challenges, every day to us. But
yeah. How about that in your role, Stevie? I mean,
kind of the same on the technician side with the vets. We are one of their first eyes of response. So when we start seeing the herd decline, we kind of let them know because they can't be everywhere at once.
Yeah.
We have hundreds of animals in our facility, over 100 dogs and I think 68 cats or something right now. So we kind of double check for them, and then we have to maneuver around every animal to help them get the best care.
Yeah. So you guys kind of alluded to it, right? Individual versus the herd, and
yes.
When you're talking shelter life, those things have to be kept in balance. I imagine it can be an emotional roller coaster sometimes. How do you balance that with, especially dealing with difficult cases?
Like outside of work, hobbies.
Hobbies.
Yeah.
Hobbies.
You have to have hobbies in this industry.
Yeah,
yes, so.
For sure. I mean, I can only imagine. I mean, you deal with families, you deal with people. I mean, this is hard stuff.
Yeah. So we normally don't deal with most people in the shelter setting.
Okay.
They're strays. When we deal with people is just the medical side of cruelty cases, I would say. But
that can be
she would
emotionally
probably deal
charged.
more with people than I would.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, I think we do a pretty good job internally balancing it, kind of checking in with each other. Yeah. We take time at the start of our day to do some rounds, and usually we'll kind of throw in there like, a fun, like, either conversation starter to kind of lighten the mood for the day, or we have like a little gratitude card and we talk about,
that's great.
So we try to start our day off on a positive note.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think that's really helpful.
That's awesome. I mean, you got to do that kind of stuff. What about, are there some common misconceptions people have about what you guys do on a daily basis?
Yes, I think there's still a lot of people out there that think we're like the dog catchers of the world, and it's just so much more than that. I mean,
it's not like the TV show that's on
right,
there.
Right. No, it's we're a community resource, and so we do an amazing job with the animals that we have in our care, and we're not afraid to reach out to friends if we need help that go beyond the aspects of the shelter. And, we put a lot into the work that we do. So.
Awesome. Stevie, anything to add to that?
No, she pretty much did very well on that one.
So listen, I'm a pet owner. There's plenty of pet owners out there. How can they better support their vets and ensure their pets receive the best care? Stevie, want to lead us off?
Patience goes a long way, and just be kind to them. They really are trying their best. We are in it because we love the animals. So definitely patience and being kind. Working private and shelter, the difference is really much. Owners aren't very happy with the bill or the outcome, and it's just us trying to do the best we can with the resources we have. A lot of resources are what humans use, but there's not insurance for pets. So to get our hands on them and that, it's just kind of jumping through hoops.
Yeah. Dr. Glenn, what do you think?
And I think also to add to that, just keeping up with preventative care. If you keep up with your, vaccinations and your heartworm prevention and your annual visits, a lot of times that will help offset some of the chronic conditions later on.
Gotcha.
When you catch it a little too late, it's frustrating for everyone involved.
Sure. Yeah. The basics, right? It's kind of like car maintenance in a way. I mean, not to discount it. What talk to me? I mean, obviously, we've talked on some of the sadder stuff, but there's got to be some rewarding moments here.
Yes.
Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yes. Not just the rewarding moments within the shelter and dealing with the team, but also the community.
Okay.
So our assistant director have been really supportive, with helping out some of the community members that have been in tough situations and helping their animals. And that has been just some of the best moments, I think, in my career.
Yeah. Oh, wonderful. What do you think, Stevie?
The shelter allows us to be able to do kind of more on our own time. So I know as techs, sometimes we will take the animals that need extra care and work with them one-on-one, even at home. So that's really rewarding. For example, I had a cat that we placed a feeding tube in that I had for a few months. And then I got to see him adopted. Oh. So those are the little victories you hold on to and you kind of push through.
That is so awesome. We were talking a little bit a moment before about preventative care, like heartworm stuff. Any other preventative care type stuff? I always think teeth,
Dentals.
Right?
Dentals are a huge one.
It is. Yes. My dog's got the worst breath, and I'm like, I gotta brush your teeth more often and take better care of that. Anything else? I mean, dentals,
annual physical exam. I think that goes overlooked a lot of times, but that's when you can detect heart murmurs, you can palpate masses, any issues in, like the knees or orthopedic issues, some of those more subtle things.
Gotcha.
Basic blood work. Therefore, when they do get sick and you run blood work, you have a baseline kind of like with us to see what elevated.
Right. You can kind of see that certain numbers have gone up or down in that. You talk too about sometimes it's a monetary decision for folks. What kind of low cost services do you guys provide and what it is that you do every day?
So right now we are holding our vaccination clinic 2 mornings a week.
Great.
And so we offer...
You're sold out, I hear.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you guys, folks get in line for that.
Yeah. It's been great. It's been really busy, but we offer the core vaccines, heartworm prevention, that sort of thing. We do make recommendations, if they need follow-up care, but...
Gotcha.
But to just help offset that.
Well, that's awesome. That is awesome. Let's talk a little bit about teams and leadership. You're in some high stress situations sometimes. I mean, talk to me a little bit about what leadership looks like in those team environments.
So I think the most important thing that I've taken from all of this in my years there so far is just we try to keep everything as organized as possible. So we walk in every day with as structured of a plan as possible, so everyone knows exactly kind of what role they're going to be in that day.
Okay.
Obviously, everyone's flexible, but that really helps so that if we have an emergency or something like that, everyone kind of can just step in, and we try to keep it like a well-oiled machine in there.
Gotcha. I kind of see her coming in the morning, make sure this is in place, not out of place. Right?
She comes in and I have like a whole list made for her.
You're like, it's already done, Dr. Glenn. Anything to add to that, Stevie?
That's pretty much it. We joke that it's organized chaos.
Yeah, of course.
The structure allows when those emergency comes in, the people that are on job duties can stay on those, and then the ones that were on different job duties kind of jump in. And then we have 2 vets, so they kind of separate at that point to get it done. And then we all come back into what the plan was.
Absolutely. I mean, the absence of a plan, I think, is always the problem. I think, you can't do or die by the plan, but if you're flexible and you have the plan,
it's a guideline.
It serves as a guideline. And like you say, it kind of keeps a certain baseline when things get chaotic. So glad to hear that. That's awesome.
And training too.
Yeah. Training. Yeah.
Keeping up on our CPR training.
What kind of trainings do you guys have to go through?
We just did a CPR training. It's not required. We just, we try to, tailor training to the team, things that we would use on a daily basis or
we're talking CPR for animals.
For animals, sorry.
Right?
For animals.
Yeah, I mean, I assume, but
yes.
not for each other.
So, and we also, most of the team were members of the PHVMA, which is the Pasco Hernando Vet Med Association.
Okay.
And so they have routine meetings where they offer some CE training.
So it's just kind of keeping up to date on new drugs out there, new stipulations, stuff like that.
Okay, excellent. Well, I mean, that's important. Let's talk about, you guys have been in the profession for a little while. How do you train and inspire that next generation of folks that are eventually going to kind of come in and take your place?
We host it quite a bit, as far as not just veterinary students, but vet tech students.
Okay.
And so, we provide them the opportunity to come in and get some hands-on experience, and just being able to walk them through their first cat neuter or cat spay or dog spay, or technicians, being with them to place their first IV catheter.
None of that sounds exciting to me, by the way.
You have to find joy in it.
Yes, it is amazing to be able to experience those moments with them.
Yeah. Do you find that folks are interested in getting involved in that? I mean, I go to our new hire orientations, and I feel like animal services is usually pretty well represented there with folks wanting to get into that, and versus going into corrections or something like that. So what are you seeing out there in the world? I mean, are folks genuinely? I mean, how do you recruit? I mean,
so a lot of our volunteers start in high school for Bright Futures, and they want to work in the animal field, but they don't know what that means yet per se. So they come and join. They'll recover our surgery patients, things like that. But the ones that get more involved, how do you draw blood? Can I watch you do this? What is this medication? What are you giving? And they kind of just grow to love it.
Gotcha.
And then some of them come back as the vet tech students to kind of learn with us. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. I mean, you recruit through your volunteers, and I thought that your volunteer program was actually pretty good. So much so that we expanded it across your entire branch, which was awesome. Well, what advice would you guys give to someone who was considering a career in veterinary medicine, Dr. Glenn?
I would say just, get your feet wet in every aspect that you can. I tell aspiring vet students to try to get in with some large animal vets, small animal vets, even, if they have the opportunity for exotic animal practice, that sort of thing, just to really see kind of everything that's out there
Mine is, it's not linear. It's hard work. There's no correct path for it. Everyone kind of got there on their own way. And there's nothing wrong with that. So
that's absolutely awesome. I mean, there's so much to it, and it's great. You guys do amazing work. I've never met anyone in animal services whose heart was not into what it is. It's one of those careers where I don't. It's a calling more so than just doing a job. So only just a couple other questions for you, and I'm going to put you in a rock and a hard space right here. Okay. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Oh, look at that. Sorry, kitty cats.
I love them both.
Wow. All right. If your job were an ice cream flavor, what would it be?
Coffee.
Oh, coffee. Yeah.
Rainbow sprinkles.
A little bit of everything, huh?
Yeah.
I love it. That's fantastic. Book or movie?
Movie.
All right. Music or silence?
Depends on the day.
I was going to say, depends.
It does, right? If I'm in my car, it's definitely music. Most
It's like a
days.
concert in the car.
It is.
More often than not, I'd say silence. I have 3 toddlers at home. So
Oh, good Lord.
Silence.
3
for now.
toddlers?
Yeah.
Okay, we won't get into that.
Yeah. Silence for me.
All right. If you could have any fictional character as your coworker, who would it be?
Stitch. Whole heart. The chaos would be fun, I feel like.
Oh, my goodness.
Jeez. I don't know.
And he's an animal.
With
That's
6
a good
arms.
one.
What do you do with that?
Hold this.
He's going to eat
Grab
it.
that.
What are you going to do?
I don't have a good one. That's it.
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
I don't even think that could be followed. Listen. Dr. Glenn, you guys, thank you very much for joining us today. I really, Stevie, appreciate all the feedback and your candor during this. Even having Stitch as your coworker, that's amazing. But anyways, special thanks to you guys for taking care of that, and thanks to our media relations team who make this effort every day possible. And thank you for joining us on this episode of Pasco Podcast. I'm Mike Carballa, and we'll see you next time.